Greetings, viewers. This is English News Broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. It's 10:30 p.m. Thursday, the 11th of November. I'm the reporter Miriam Johannes with your daily updates, and here's a rundown of the top stories we're covering. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Seminar to nationals in Italy. France formally returns looted Benin artwork arts. Nicaragua's President Daniel Ortega called European Union Parliament Nazi and fascist. And now we proceed to the details for the local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 10 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests is carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central, southern, and Ansaba regions. Out of these, 7 patients are from testing stations in Paraduba 2, in Badarho 1, Beleza 1, Kwandepa 1, Asmara 1, and Zikib 1 in the central region. 2 patients are from a testing station 1 and a quarantine center 1 in the Barwa southern region. The last patient is from a testing station in an elaborate Ansaba region. On the other hand, 31 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the southern region 30 and northern Red Sea region 1 have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 6,826, while the number of deaths stands at 48. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 7,013. Ministry of Health, Asmara, November 11, 2021. Nationals residing in Italy conducted a seminar on November 7 in the city of Bologna focusing on the objective situation in the homeland and regional developments. At the seminar in which nationals from Italian cities of Bologna, Firenze, Reggio, Emilia and Pisa took part, the Eritrean ambassador to Italy, Mr. Fisahat Petros, gave extensive briefing on the objective situation in the homeland in terms of the emerging new era. Ambassador Fisahat also highlighted on the peace and cooperation agreement Eritrea and Ethiopia signed in 2018 and on the positive developments and partnership it created in our region, as well as on the conspiracies intrigued by those who do not support the peace and cooperation agreement and developments in the region. He further underlined that the victory that was realized through a strong resilience of the Eritrean people can only be ensured through the relentless participation of the nationals. The participants on their part expressed conviction to reinforce organizational capacity and resilience to foil the external conspiracies against Eritrea and strengthen contribution for the successful implementation of national programs. Government employees in Torona subzone extended over 18,000 nafa to 30 families of martyrs in the subzone. The employee said that supporting families of martyrs is not to be left only to the government and called on others to follow the noble example. In the same vein, Mr. Suleiman Mahmoud, head of the Ministry of Education in the subzone, said that the teachers that are newly assigned in the subzone are significantly contributing in the development of the teaching-learning process and called on the public to support them in their daily lives. We'll be back with the international news after this short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. France has returned 26 of its national treasures to Benin, works of art looted in the 19th century during the colonial era that had been exhibited at the Quai Branly Museum in Paris. The Restitution Act was signed by the Ministers of Culture of both countries to the applause of Emmanuel Macron and his Beninese counterpart Patrice Talon. Among the works returned are totem statues from the ancient kingdom of Abomi and the throne of King Benhazen, looted by French troops in 1892. The restitution of works of art to the African continent was one of President Emmanuel Macron's promises and also one of the axes of the new relationship that the French president intends to build with Africa. In addition to Benin, 6 countries, Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, Ethiopia, Chad, Mali, and Madagascar have filed claims for the return of works of art to France. According to experts, almost 90% of Africa's heritage is outside the continent. Nicaragua's President Daniel Ortega called the European Union Parliament Nazi and fascist on Monday, November 8, after winning the 4th consecutive term. The statements came after the European body said the elections in the Central American country lacked legitimacy. In a speech that lasted more than an hour on Monday evening, Ortega fired back against the United States and Europe, labeling them Yankee imperialists. Ortega had earned the rejection of various international leaders, including U.S. President Joe Biden, for imprisoning nearly 40 leading opposition figures since May. Since Nicaragua's last presidential election in 2016, Ortega has abolished presidential term limits, expanded his family's business empire, and restricted the independent media, among other acts of harassment and political force. Following is a review of our top stories. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Seminar to nationals in Italy. France formally returns looted Benin artworks arts. Nicaragua's president called European Union Nazi and fascist. Well, that was all for tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.